Hi folks, welcome to another episode of the Sabres Reloaded, where we discuss topics of the team and trends of the team and things like that, but mostly about the youth and how this team is maturing and becoming an NHL powerhouse in the future. And they will become an NHL powerhouse in the future. They will have deep playoff runs in the future, and they will be doing it with a lot of names that we see in this team right now. And what the topic I put for this one is kids are maturing fast. The kids are maturing fast, folks. They are. We are seeing a team. What really hasn't hit us with the kids doing a lot of this too is we have won 7 out of 8 games, right, in preseason and a prospect challenge, and but we're doing it in regulation. We're learning how to close games out. We're just not doormats no more. And not only that, these kids are hungry to win. Like, you could see it in many of them. They're hungry to win. Krebs. This team is really turning a corner. And yes, making those trades was one of the best blessings for us Sabres fans in a long, long time. Getting these kids. And we knew Krebs was basically the centerpiece of that trade of getting it done or not. Not Tuck. It was getting Krebs. And nothing against Tuck. I love Tuck. I mean, he's a Sabre all the way, that guy in his heart. He's just the ultimate Buffalo Sabre now, this guy. But I think now with the kids, the way they're moving forward, it's so quickly becoming their team. Not the team of the vets. The vets are kind of like taking a back seat every night, it seems. And the kids are shining every single game. This is what we hoped for, folks, and it's happening. And the only thing that's going to really make, I think, a lot of you guys feel really good about them is the wins that are coming this year. Because there will be wins coming this year. There will be. Now, how many? That depends, again, guys, on the kids. It does. But when I say they're maturing fast, they are. This team is maturing quickly. I'm pretty good at spotting it, guys. I am. I've seen a lot of rebuilds in the Sabres. I've seen all the rebuilds in the Sabres history. I've seen them all. And this compares to the 83 rebuild. It does. It does. Where Bowman threw guys like Phil Housley, Tom Barrasso right into the NHL. Right in. He just threw them in. And it worked. And people were saying he's nuts, like throwing in these young kids. But Bowman had a theory, and he went with it, We have a team that right now, guys, is getting so fast and breaking out of our zone so quick that the wins and losses, that saying that wins and losses is a very thin line? It's true. It is true. And it's happening with this bunch right now. I think there's going to be a lot more wins this year than we expect. And I'm not saying it because I'm holding out hope. I really believe it. I really think that this team, the more I see this preseason, I'm like, wow, this is something special that's really going on. And it could happen quicker than I expect even. I'm expecting another year before we can talk about the playoffs. I might be dead wrong. They might be in the playoffs this year. They just might be. We'll have to see. We need, once the puck drop happens in the first game, we'll have a good idea, guys, where we stand with the kids, how the kids might be able to lead us on West trips. Like, I'm curious how our kids will fare on West trips this year. And I think it's meant to be that we have a West trip right away to start the season. We have the 2 home games, boom, West trip. I hate the dreaded West trips, guys. I hate them. I've always hated them. I've hated them since the 80s. I've always hated the West trips, even when we had our powerhouse teams. Honestly. Even in the, maybe not so much in the 70s, but as the 80s rolled in and the Sabres started to struggle because of the youth and that we were doing, and the expectation, of course, of having the big playoff run in 83, then the West trips started getting to me. They just started getting to me. And I know that this time around, if you look at last year, okay, we started, 5-1-2, the first 8 games? I might be wrong. It might be 5-2-1. I think it was 5-1-2, right? We start 5-1-2. We go on a West trip. We struggle. We crash. Not for the whole season, though. Not for the whole season. We got out of that crash. We did. And we woke up. And we resurrected ourselves. Quick. Not enough to save the season and make any chase for a playoff spot, but enough that it was respectable and the entire league took notice and said, my goodness, the Sabres finished, 14-7-3, right, down the stretch. This is the thing, how do we react on previous history? And that's up to the kids. We're at the kids' mercy. We are at the kids' mercy, guys. We're at the kids' mercy. We are. They're going to be the ones that make or break this season. If we're going to make a run for a playoff spot, it's not going to be because of the veterans. I'll tell you guys right now. It's going to be because of the kids overachieving, coming into their own. Guys like Darlene, who's still a kid. Guys like Darlene will come into his own and really set the bar for a guy that we thought maybe was never going to reach that promise. I have no issue with how many points this guy can get. I had issues with his defensive play, and it's so much better. His decision-making, guys, when he does that little flip out of the zone. If there's no play, flip the puck out. Why take a chance in your zone? Get it out. Okay, so they might get possession of it. We stop them. We're getting paid to stop them too, not just not let them have the puck. So Darlene is the one that, of course, will be the leader when it comes to that. He's going to be the guy of all the kids on this team that the kids will follow what he does. And if Darlene has a great year, I believe a lot of guys will follow suit. Even guys like Middlestat that kind of are iffy right now. I'm not too sure about Middlestat. I'm really hoping for a turnaround from him. There's so much potential. It's scary. Tage Thompson told us that last year, guys, in his big season. Did any of you honestly think he'd get 38 goals? And be disappointed he didn't get 40 by the end of the year? No. And that's the thing. The potential is not just Tage Thompson. There's these other guys too. There's tons of talent here. There is. And this is not even the team yet. We're still developing the final pieces below right now. And then we'll look at who we need to get in a trade. Then we'll look. When we got those guys, we got everybody paid, everybody under contract, that's when you should go out and that's when you should sign some big name. Now's not the time. It really wouldn't be the time. Why would we want some high-paid player right now? The more I think about it, why would we do it? For what? To have a big contract and still not win a cup again? We should be building towards winning a cup, not making the playoffs, guys. Because if you build towards winning a cup, getting into the playoffs is a no-brainer. You're just going to have a team every year that gets in. You can't get in with a crap team in this era, so you got to build a good team. So if you build a good enough team that, oh my goodness, the Sabres are a 100-point team now, 4 years in a row now, yeah, then you got a team that could break through. And if we're going to break through, we're going to do it the right way. We're not going to do it the panic way and try to slap something together at the last minute. And I'm all for adding pieces, guys, when the time is right. I know it's not right. I'm like some of you though. I want to get I want now. I want more now. But I think we're good. I think we are. We're good with the young talent we have. That game we just seen. I know what I saw. I mean, I seen a team passing the puck while coming out of their zone, while going and moving into transition with ease, literally with ease. And the deceptive speed some of these players have. Tage, we never talk really about his speed, but guys, he has very deceptive speed like Jack Eichel, this guy. Very deceptive speed. You just can't tell. When he turns on the jets, he just flies all of a sudden. So there's so much there. And what's great about it all, guys, is we're not waiting for 1, 2, or 3 young guys on this team to go like this with their game. We're waiting for about 8 or 10. We've all whole bunch happening at once. So when the team rises, guys, it all rises at the same time. It does. That's the way I'm seeing it. All right, guys, done. I'm going to get on another video. See you in that one.